Poggies. In our ports and in our airports, the UK border agents...
He recites already. Suspicious packages, huh?
In our ports and in our airports, the UK border agency is fighting a constant battle against smugglers.
I'm arresting you. Oh, dear me.
Coming up,
Nope, we haven't seen this before.
flight from the Caribbean yields a number of suspicious-looking packages.
We suspect them to contain herbal cannabis, and that's why the gentleman's been arrested and cautioned.
Thousands of dollars turn up at Gatwick that can't be accounted for.
Have you got documentation to prove that? Because otherwise the money can be seized off you.
And Lithuanian
This thing is,
cigarette
sound-
smugglers are caught
This does
at
not
red
have
handed.
sans content.
Any in your luggage?
Hey man, this is my niche, man. I found this. I found this, man.
xQcl.
This is my gold mine.
At Gatwick Airport, a flight has just landed from Montego Bay in Jamaica. UK border agency officers are using drug detection dogs and an X-ray machine to monitor luggage coming off the flight. A dog indication has been given on 2 suitcases, and the X-ray strongly suggests that there are drug smugglers on the flight. In the baggage reclaim area, officers closely monitor the first of the passengers to collect one of the suspect's suitcases. A young mother and child collect the case and head towards the customs channels. It's here that Officer Mike steps in to stop the woman.
Uh-oh.
The news to her.
With a child.
Your bags you just said are yours. Therefore, I am arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of controlled drug. Do not have to say anything, it may harm your defence. Do not mention when questioned something may later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
The woman is led away for further questioning.
Wait. The UK rights? The way they say it is like NA.
But protests her innocence.
So you guys were wrong last time.
Please don't play them games. Right, we're going to be getting some women in to search you anyway.
That's fine.
Meanwhile, the second suspect suitcase is
So UK
collected
is
by
copying
another
in his
passenger.
content then.
Hello there, sir. You travelling alone today? Just bring your bag over to the bench for me, please.
The man declares he's the owner of the suitcase, so Officer Gary confirms his fate.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of the illegal importation of a controlled drug into the UK. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand you've been arrested and cautioned? Right, if you come this way with me.
The man is also led away for further questioning.
Straight over towards that officer over there.
With both passengers now under arrest, Gary can finally inspect the suspicious brown packages found in the suitcase.
It's just rice, man. Let the men go.
We suspect them to contain herbal cannabis, and that's why the gentleman's been arrested and cautioned.
The contents of the packages will need to be formally assessed to get an idea about the weight and the value of the drugs. Since being in custody, the male passenger's mobile phone has gone off several times.
Certainly trying to get hold of you, aren't they? That's his mobile
They want
phone
their
keeps going
juice.
off. It's obviously his accomplices trying to find out where he is, hopefully looking for their commodity, which they're not going to get.
In Gatwick's South Terminal,
I was watching that.
passengers have just arrived from Madrid, and border agency officers are on the lookout for signs of suspicious behaviour. A lone male passenger who started his journey in Argentina has been intercepted.
Oh.
After a routine baggage search, Officer Johnson has found thousands of dollars in cash, which the passenger hasn't declared.
Found some money. I've not counted it yet, but he's actually told me that it's about $35,000.
Okay, is that US dollars?
US
yeah,
dollars.
okay.
Yeah, of course, there.
What's he doing with it? What's he say he's
So
doing
they
with
don't
it?
have any specific reason for having it.
Any sum of cash over 10,000 euros needs to be declared.
35,000 seashells.
Officers are entitled to question passengers carrying anything over 1,000 euros to ensure it has no links to organised crime.
The legislation is such that it's down to the individual to prove that the money is his and is for a legitimate purpose. So if we're not sure or uncertain of anything they're saying, we can detain the money, and it's down to them to, like I say, prove that it is legit.
With such a large sum of cash, background checks are
That's
carried
tough.
out on the passenger to find out if he has any prior offences.
Greg, it's Kim. Yeah. Well, he's got 35,000 US on him, so yeah, it's anything really. We just see what we can get on him. Thanks, Greg.
Kim joins her colleague Johnson to continue with the questioning about
They
where
they
the cash
join
has
the
come
money
from.
and have to prove that it's yours, otherwise it's theirs.
The money is all yours. Yeah. Well, what is it for?
Well, this is the one where I explained to your colleague.
That's
I
pretty
just
crazy.
went back to Argentina for a week. Because my mother died 4 or 5 years ago. And then we just finished all the stuff with regards to the money and
The will and
the will,
the inheritance.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
This is basically my share.
Have you got documentation to prove that? Because otherwise the money can be seized off you. Because you're travelling with over £5,000 worth of cash and you haven't got any.
Oh no, certainly I can. I mean,
How long would it take you to get these documents?
well,
Have
they
you got
concern Argentina.
They're in Argentina, are they?
Yes. I mean, I can get copies.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever the courier takes.
Right.
With no documents or other evidence showing where the money's come from, it looks
Okay, then.
increasingly unlikely the man will be leaving the airport with his cash. In the airport,
Jesus.
officers are still investigating the 2 passengers who were found to have what looks like packages of herbal cannabis in their suitcases. A strip search was conducted on both passengers, but no further packages were found. The woman is led away to the airport's custody suite to be detained whilst Officer Mike...
you guys make fun of me, but you know when I said the taxes, it's always the taxes. Everything is the taxes. Everything.
Assesses the
It
quantity
all
and value
always
of
comes
drugs
down
found
to
in
the
the
taxes.
suitcase.
The substances,
Actually,
the
8 blocks in the
materials,
bag,
the
all of them
money,
were about
the
2
fucking, the
kilos each.
drugs,
Chuck
the
them
what,
on the scales
and
in a minute, just get
it,
a weight of all
taxes,
of them
dude.
together.
With such a large haul of suspect packages, a field test must be conducted to confirm that the substance definitely is herbal cannabis.
Meaning of life, taxes, 100%.
Put the first drop on it, then that'll go through onto the second bit of filter paper.
It has to be
Put
red.
some of this powdery stuff on it. And if it's positive, it should go sort of a dark red colour.
Yeah.
That's a positive then.
Okay, there's a couple of blankets there. If you want anything, just give us a buzz. Okay?
The male
That would look
passenger
fucking
is
disgusting.
also detained at the custody suite.
There's not a lot you can do until he actually gets his solicitor, speaks to him. Then after that, other officers will go and interview him. And until then, we're just now going to go through the bags and find out exactly what he's got.
A series of large, brown, sealed packages are pulled from the bottom of the man's suitcase. There are 8 blocks
Well,
in total.
Some people in chat were like,
Another.
why didn't he just deposit it at the bank in Argentina and then fly? Well, think about it. Think about it this way. Why didn't he do what you think? Why didn't he? It taxes, motherfucker.
Very significant seizure. Gary weighs the packages of drugs to find out how much the male passenger was carrying.
And as you can see there, the 8 blocks weigh approximately 17.26 kilograms. So there's probably about 16.5 to 17 kilograms of herbal cannabis within them packages.
With 2 suitcases full of herbal cannabis
UK is EU.
intercepted from the same flight, officers are delighted with the seizure. The 16 blocks found in both suitcases weighed over 34 kilograms in total and had a street value of 80 to 100,000 pounds.
Jesus.
In the South Terminal, officers are still trying to decide what to do with the man who failed to declare he was carrying over 35,000 US dollars and 5,000 pounds in cash.
Yeah.
If, I don't know if it's going to help, but I can call Buenos Aires, just try to find my father, and ask him just to fax the documents. The problem is they're going to be in Spanish.
That's going to be the problem. I think we'll just wait till the officers finish this search and then we'll go from there, okay?
If no evidence can be shown for where the cash has come from, drastic action may have to be taken.
If he can't show us any kind of trail for this and the paperwork's all going to come via his dad and the solicitor, you're going to have to take the money off him, Okay, and then they'll.
I think he knows that actually.
Oh well, I've told him.
Yeah.
He's got a laptop, hasn't he?
Jesus.
Yeah. If you ask him, is there any way he can show proof of where this money's come from on that?
Yeah. Okay, I'll
All
go
right.
speak to him.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah. We'll get everything
Well,
out the back for a search.
Guys, you guys say Sag, but you literally, it's impossible to ignore that. Like, I don't know if you guys have flown in an airplane before. You get asked at least 2 or 3 times where you have to check something, you have to sign a document, and it's written in a red. Do you carry more than $10,000 cash? No. No, no. Whenever your plane is landing, you do your little fucking immigration form. No, no. Yeah, he knows, dude. Okay, he knows, and he knew. He still tried it.
And further questioning.
So what are you going to do with the money you've got now? Then? This money you've got with you today. What are you going to do?
This one?
Yeah.
That was,
Like, it sucks, but you can't deny it.
First, we were thinking on doing an extension in the house.
Yeah.
But we didn't discuss further, really. It's not a decision.
No.
So in the meantime, probably going to...
Have you got kids in that?
Yes.
How many?
2 kids.
Oh, all right.
The reason why I did this way, I don't have an account in Buenos Aires anymore. I mean,
But the man's answers are starting to convince. After Kim's background searches show nothing on their system, the officers have a change of heart.
Sarah, it's Kim. Hi, this is going nowhere. I think I've seen his business card. He's on 60,000 a year. He gets, on average, 5,000–6,000 a year bonus. He's got a 3-bedroom house. When Franco asked him what he wanted to use the money for, he was going to put some in the bank, and he was talking about actually perhaps doing an extension because his kitchen's a bit small. I mean, he's very relaxed. His non-verbals are very good as well. I think he's a genuine guy, and I think we'll just send him away.
Ha! So they think.
Yeah, and just say next time, make sure you bring all the documents with you.
They actually fell for it.
Thank you very much.
All right, mate, that way. I'll come with you anyway.
Despite their initial reservations, officers are happy with the man's story and let him leave the airport with all of his cash. Coming up,
Impressive. They
a man
let
from
him go.
Trinidad and Tobago causes suspicion after leaving his country for the very first time.
Just ticking a lot of boxes, mate.
Yeah.
A swallower.
potentially,
Then we rarely see those on that show. I think we've only seen one swallower before.
Coming up, a suitcase is found stuffed with animal skins, and a passenger's excuses aren't washing.
It's claiming they're rabbit, but they're clearly not rabbit.
At Gatwick Airport South Terminal,
But why?
a number of European flights have just arrived. And border
That's
agency
just
officer
weird.
Paul is x-raying suitcases for excessive quantities of cigarettes. Cheap cigarettes purchased outside of the European Union are often brought into the country to be sold illegally for personal profit. One bag spotted on the x-ray is suspected to contain lots of non-EU cigarettes. So Paul heads to the luggage reclaim area to see who claims the bag.
If I can just see your passports.
Quick look in the black bag.
Thanks.
Looking at X-ray sounds fun.
Are these your bags?
Yeah.
It
Yes,
sounds.
did you pack them
I'd
yourself?
love it so much to do at least for a little bit.
Do you have anything to declare to customs?
Customs? We Europe Union.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any cigarettes with you? I know we.
Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Two for us.
Yeah, but how many cigarettes have you got? Any in your luggage? No cigarettes. No. Right. Okay.
Apart from these ones.
Dude,
Straight away, the couple are busted.
you know, people care sometimes. They'll, like they bring onto their luggage some like crazy shit sometimes, like some sort of like electronics device, like a computer. My dad has this thing where he needs his espresso. He can't like live without his espresso, right? Always, every day, an espresso. And this motherfucker, when we travel, okay, when we travel anywhere, he has to bring his fucking espresso machine. I'm not kidding. The whole fucking thing. And he puts in his luggage. And every single time we go to the airport and it goes to the x-ray, the fucking machine, they go, whoa! And then everybody gets pulled over. All the agents gather up and they start opening the thing. What the fuck? And you look to the x-ray. Is this some crazy fucking device or whatever? Is it? Oh, sorry, it's just I need my espresso machine. Like, Jesus, man. This is a degenerate.
So
it looks like a fucking
don't know what you
bomb
didn't tell me.
to the fucking machine.
More cigarettes are found concealed in cereal boxes.
So why are they hidden? You don't know why you hide them, and you don't know why you didn't tell me about them.
For friends.
You do know what's going to happen, don't you? You're going to lose all these
Motherboards
cigarettes.
aren't that bad. I never got pulled over once.
Cigarettes are not purchased in the European Union, are they? They're not tax-paid cigarettes anyway.
Is there a problem with this?
Yes, absolutely there's a problem.
Well, also,
when you lie to me...
TSA agents, I noticed, they don't like dyed hair, especially not my blonde hair. They hate it. I think I would get pulled aside like 50%, 60% of the time. I'd get pulled aside.
Cigarettes, then
and then when I have my hair brown, never.
Yes, there's a problem.
I don't know why.
That?
I don't know, man. Maybe because they look
hidden in
crazy.
cereal boxes
Maybe because I look nuts.
The couple know their allowance.
So how much can I bring with me?
Well, because when the hair is like strawy,
exactly
I look
at and that's why you hit. That's why
looking
you
at
hit
crazy.
How much can I bring with me?
Well, you know that you're in the European Union, and if you buy tax-paid cigarettes in the European Union, then you can bring in this amount. But these aren't tax-paid cigarettes, are they?
That's it.
Okay, I'm amazing. Smoke them all, man. Oh, that's a lot, Jesus.
Because at the moment you haven't been honest with me, so I need to check everything, don't I?
No, they do. At the gate, they take your boarding ticket and they draw something on it, like a line or a symbol.
Okay,
And then you're
two forms. I've got to issue these to you. One's a warning letter and one's a seizure
And then you're
information
done.
notice. Thanks very much.
Paul seizes all of the cigarettes, and the couple
Yeah, they draw a small thing on it, or on the thing.
Obviously, look down at his feet, almost like schoolboyish. If I don't look at you, then and don't speak to you, then it's not really happening.
In Gatwick's
All
North
that
Terminal,
for cigarettes.
planes just come in from Port of Spain via St. Lucia. Flights from the Caribbean are a popular transit route for drug smugglers, and officers working in immigration have concerns about one particular passenger. As he collects his suitcase from the luggage carousel, Officer Paul escorts him through to the customs channels.
Do you have anything to declare to customs?
Oh yeah,
Cigarettes?
Oh yeah, I told you guys about the story about BlizzCon. Yeah, I totally did it. Guys, it's a short story, okay? It's a short story. Back in days, okay, I had to go to LA for to show the World Cup team, okay? So Blizzard was sending the whole Canada team to the US, right? So we were getting flown out, right? Yeah, I'll go over it really fast. And then so I go to the airport, and whenever you get to the gate, it's always are you traveling for are you like a visit, tourism or whatever, or a business, right? And I was wearing a shirt for the first time, and I was well dressed, nice pants, the whole thing, right? And I was like right there, and I was like, dude, motherfucker, Blizzard is flying me in, right? We're going over them, and I'm a paid professional, you know what? Business. Psh, business. That's who the fuck I is. Business, yo. I get to the gate, and dude, they made me walk all the way to fucking Holdings or whatever, right? I had to spend a whole hour. Okay, I was like, oh yeah, but Blizzard is a gaming company. I played the video game, and I'm going there to play the video, and I had to explain, and they're like, dude. They were like, all you have to do is say visit, and there was no way, But now you put business on purpose, and now like we have to deal with this. I was like, yeah, but we're only gonna win the $500. And I talked my way out of it, but it could they could have sent me back.
One bottle of alcohol, okay.
They could have sent me back.
Dog Bren also shows an interest in the passenger.
He's in a work visa or whatever.
You showed me an awful lot of interest in this gentleman here. Didn't as such indicate, but it gave me enough information to say, yeah, I want that looked at.
Okay, sir. Need to ask some questions about your luggage. Has anybody given you anything at all to bring here? Yeah.
From Trinidad.
Okay. So when did you arrange this trip?
Well, she arranged this trip last month.
Last month?
Yeah. She told me last time she was in Trinidad.
Oh, you got sent back when you did that? Then.
And who bought your ticket?
She did.
Do you know what she does for work?
Pardon?
Do you know what your auntie does for work here?
No.
No, you don't know that.
They never know, though.
Paul conducts a thorough search of the man's bags for any signs of drugs.
So in Trinidad, you're a fisherman, yeah? Yeah. And how much do you get paid doing that then?
Well, I'm self-employed.
You're self-employed.
Oh,
Depends how many
God.
fish you catch.
Depends on how many fish.
So what are you intending to do while you're here?
Just visit.
And what made you want to visit this country?
Well, my aunt told me come up and see the autumn, how you guys fall and whatnot.
But the
The
man's
leaves.
story about the seasons doesn't convince.
So you've come here to see autumn, have you? Wow. It's your first time to travel. So you've never even been to another Caribbean island or anything? So I can leave that with you, and I'll have a chat with my boss, and I'll be back with you in a minute, alright? Just ticking a lot of boxes, mate.
Yeah.
Very potentially, third parties, auntie bought the ticket. It's got
Uh-oh, no
300
shot.
dollars with it. It's never even travelled abroad before.
The dog did show interest in him,
On his body. His groin area, should we do strip? Yeah, do stripping. Hello, sir. I want to do a search on you, okay? To make sure you don't have anything on your body. What we'll do is we'll go to a private room, okay?
Suspecting he may have swallowed packages of drugs, the man is led away for further investigation.
Don't you go to the next story, you bitch! I was watching the whole story. Dude, this UK editing.
Border agency are looking out for. Officer Liz is working in the baggage reclaim area with sniffer dog Cody, who's the airport's newest dog trained specifically in the detection of products of animal origin.
It stems back from when we had the foot and mouth outbreak, and we're trying to sort of stop any sort of food products coming out from outside the EU, certainly meats, cheeses, any sort of products of animal origin really. If there's any sort of parasites or any sort of bacteria, etc., that could get into our own food chain.
More stories I don't have anymore.
What we really are trying to prevent.
Passengers from Istanbul have just arrived, and officers in the customs channels
All my stories are fake.
seizures of meat and other banned foods.
Yeah, that's really bad. They have to...
One passenger has caught the attention of officers after her suitcase was found to contain a number of animal skins.
I've had a look in the bag. I've come across these skins. She's claiming
But
they're
why
rabbit,
though?
But they're clearly
You can have this synthetic, and it's the same or
People are
better.
gonna be detained. If they're okay, they'll be forwarded on to it. But until we get confirmation, they're going to be detained.
The animal skins will be sent to a specialist unit at Heathrow Airport who deal with items that are suspected to originate from endangered species.
Good.
Certainly a couple of these look like cat, some sort of big game cat probably. Deer, elk, maybe. And I mean, the obvious thing would say bear there, but until we get it properly looked at, it's going to be very difficult to sort of
Degenerates.
see really exactly what we are dealing with.
It's an unusual discovery, so Officer Allen decides to use the seizure as a training aid for sniffer dog Cody.
Cody's still sort of quite a young dog, so he's still new to the actual work. So yes, we use the word scent library.
He's gonna
it's a
fuck
new
it up.
scent for the dog. He's never come across these pelts before. So it's what we do. We can put him in the bag, and hopefully he'll remember this smell. It's all part of a sort of development of a young dog, definitely.
The animal skins are hidden in a case,
Just start from there.
and Cody shows an interest first time.
Oh, well done.
Clever boy.
It's early days, but Cody seems to have made a flying start to his new life as a sniffer dog at Gatwick.
Well done.
In the airport's North Terminal, the man suspected of having swallowed packages of drugs is still under investigation.
What I
He
want
thinks
to
he's
do
only getting a
is
search.
Strip search, okay? Because the dog showed an interest around the groin area, okay?
Okay, I understand.
This guy's overconfident.
Officer Paul conducts a thorough search of the passenger, but he's not found to be hiding anything.
You're not intending to
X-ray.
stay here? no?
X-ray.
No.
X-ray.
You sure?
Positively sure about that.
But you don't have a return ticket, no?
They told me I have to return on the 14th of November,
Yeah.
but I didn't get any thing as yet. So
There's one final way of finding out whether the man is smuggling drugs inside his body.
Oh, how would that be?
Another way people can bring drugs in the country is to have it inside them.
Inside?
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a machine which can do an X-ray. You okay to do that for us?
Why not?
Why not? Okay, good man.
The fisherman volunteers to do a full
Oh, no,
body
he's
X-ray.
Nah, he's clear.
It will take just
Fuck.
moments to
No
find out
content.
if he's got drugs inside him.
Well, come up here and I'll show you. Right, this is conveyor belt, okay? Okay, so you're going to stand on this, stand up here, and it's going to move when I say, face this way, face this way. Alright, come closer to me here, that's it, legs apart a bit more. Alright, you need to stay very still, otherwise it won't work, I'm going to have to do it again, okay?
Oh, wait a minute.
Breathe, and breathe out.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Despite their suspicions, this time the X-ray shows there are no packages inside the man's body.
My colleague upstairs still has an interest in you, okay? He's basically a fisherman in Trinidad and Tobago. He doesn't earn very much money. His ticket was bought yesterday by a third party, which is supposedly an auntie, but he doesn't know what that auntie even does for a job or anything like that. Basically, his story and his reasons for coming here not only drew our attention, but also the immigration officials upstairs. So unless possibly they can find this auntie and she could substantiate why he's here, he may be on the next flight home. We have to see.
The man was questioned further by officers in immigration and was eventually denied.
I only like the
entry
X-ray.
into the UK.
I'm happy when they get caught because they show the X-ray and it's interesting to look at.
The two cannabis smugglers found with 8 blocks each in their suitcases both pleaded guilty to drug smuggling.
Hey, it's already
The man
over.
was sentenced to 15 months.
It's already over, man. No shot. If we didn't see this one, we'll watch half of it and I'll put some value and then we'll do the next one.
Border Agency is at war with smugglers in the ports and airports.
Oh, we didn't into this one.
Get that out of my face.
Coming up,
Hey!
the suspect claims she's been treated unfairly despite the evidence.
What we don't know is what somebody's problem looks like. No.
Officers go toe
But
to
it's
toe
down
with
to how long?
a passenger in Manchester.
Robbers just want more money off us.
Oh, this is a good episode.
And for this travelling chef,
What's on there?
TV appearance.
I'm arresting you on
smuggling
suspicion of
drugs
being
is a
involved in the
recipe
importation
for
of controlled
disaster.
drug.
Oh, good one. Recipe.
In Gatwick, a flight from St Lucia has just landed. As the passengers disembark, UK border officers and sniffer dog Lucy are waiting, on the hunt for any traces of Class A drugs.
Thank you. Thank you.
No interest, no interest.
The officers are also on the lookout for suspicious behaviour.
Thank you.
And when Lucy shows interest in this couple,
That's fine, thank you. Can you slow your bag for me?
both passengers seem nervous.
Thank you.
Oh, they don't alert
Handler
them,
Claire tracks
but
the
they
couple
know.
through passport control to baggage reclaim,
Ah,
where the search officers
dude.
are waiting.
Yeah, they're sort of to the right, came away because he is looking this way, but I think he's just sort of looking everywhere in general anyway.
Yeah, Jason was saying that he's pretty nervous.
Yeah, because they need them to go take the bags at the carousel, otherwise they don't get shit.
The team keep a close eye on the suspects as they head for the exit. When an officer stops the woman,
Hiya, where have you arrived from today?
St Lucia.
St Lucia,
The
you're
man
travelling with
seems to
somebody
walk
else?
on.
Yeah. So are you travelling together?
Yes.
Yeah, do you mind just stopping at the bench for me, please?
but the officer pulls him over as well.
Oh, he
Separating of
thought-
the channels is a tactic often employed by smugglers, and the officers start to
You don't
think
need
they
to
may
get
be
anything out.
onto
Don't get
something.
anything out. I just need to ask you a few questions about the bags. Obviously, are you travelling together? Have you been together for the week?
Yes, I'm actually unemployed, but I do escorting on the side, so I do get some money.
Okay, have you packed the bags yourselves?
Yeah, I have.
You're fully aware of the contents of your bags? Yeah.
Yeah.
The passengers seem a little jumpy.
You alright?
Yeah, I've got tummy ache.
And the officer notices her laptop is
Oh.
held together by
A tummy ache.
That's not yours.
Yeah.
Okay, can you turn it on for me? Have you got the battery
Officers
and
at
all that?
Gatwick have recently found
Let me
drugs
just do
hidden in
the left.
laptops, and this one looks highly suspicious.
Don't take my
Well, if it goes through the X-ray, we don't need to put it apart, do we? We're just having a look at it because it's got tape all over it, which isn't usual.
Sorry?
It's got tape all over it.
Yeah, we can hold it together.
Okay then, there's not going to be a problem, is there?
The laptop is clear, but with around 1,500 kilos of cocaine seized at the border every year, the officers know to investigate every possible angle. And there's still one bag that needs to be searched.
You got a little rucksack, dude? Do you have a rucksack?
Yeah, I took it in my bag.
Yeah. Put it in the rucksack.
Oh, under the table, let's
They
see.
swab the inside of the rucksack for traces of drugs. They
That's
now
red.
need to look again to find out where the cocaine trace may have come from.
That comes to them. There you go. Basically, what we did there was a swab of your bag, and it came up with a hit of heroin, cocaine. Have you used any cocaine whilst you've been away? Have you got anything in the bag at all?
No, not that, no.
That is your bag, is it?
Let me have a check.
Inside the rucksack is a plastic bag.
Have you got in there in that
bag?
What is? You tell me what is in your bag.
What's on that bag, yeah?
Just take your hands off it then. You don't know this is yours.
No, that would be put in there. No.
You stand back.
Someone took our bags at the airport. We had to check in.
Yeah, we had customs checks at the airport.
Yeah.
Just stand there for me.
Hotel, yeah.
You're saying you don't know what this is?
Sure,
Okay,
dude.
stay there, please.
Yeah, I believe it.
Stay there a sec.
Oh, are there drugs?
Yeah, there we go. Coke. See the white there? It is what it is. It's just cylinders of cocaine.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they have to test it first, though.
So they were arrested at 6:56.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What was it then?
It is. I'm afraid it's tested
Huh?
positive for cocaine.
Is it?
So I need you both to
Okay.
listen to what I'm going to say.
They did?
Okay. It's
No,
06.
they swabbed the bag, right? And then there's stuff inside with it. I think pretty sure she should
56
test
on
the
the
stuff
15th
itself.
of July. I'm arresting you both on the suspicion of being involved with the importation of a controlled drug. You do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, don't, but...
Off camera, maybe you're right.
The couple are taken into custody, denying any knowledge of the importation.
I haven't done anything wrong. That's been planted on us, you know.
Okay, well,
I'm telling you.
you're under arrest and you have been advised that you don't have to say anything.
The investigation into who
Oh,
the drugs
fuck that.
belong
You
to
just snitched,
can
dude.
now begin. In Manchester, officers are always on the lookout for bags arriving from EU countries containing large amounts of tobacco. The officers need to stop and question the passengers to make sure the goods are all for personal use.
Hey, mate.
But this passenger is far from happy.
You're not. You're not. You're being cheeky and unprofessional. We're allowed them. And yes, how many we could bring in, we brought them in, we're telling us, well, we're not allowed to do this. Why tell us we're allowed to do it? We can bring them in and then you stop us and give us this crap. You're being nice, you're being horrible. You singled us out.
This
You
crap.
stood there, watched
This
us.
crap.
There's no one else to see the camera, mate.
The man's aggression is starting to escalate.
Cheeky. You're cheeky. We're allowed to buy cigarettes, we smoke. Why should we pay your government massive prices? Eh? Hey, you robbers!
What is he
You
saying?
robbers! 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 Oh, you can't help me now, mate.
Spit some bars, man.
Robbers! 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 Just want more money off us.
Then you can put that on the beat for sure.
Running to lose control, more officers arrive to
Wait,
help Combs.
you could put that on the beat.
Robbers! 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 Just want more money off us.
Yeah,
The man now
dude.
running to lose control, more officers arrive to help calm the situation.
Flat out.
There's some UK drill.
Flat out.
Yeah, need some
All
drill.
this before the officers have started the search.
Yeah, that's the Yankee 1-3.
The woman's tobacco is below the guidelines, but if she's caught bringing in a similar amount again, it may be seized.
Right now. Come now. Well, come on. Stop asking us. Get off our back.
The woman understands.
Cheeky.
But the man is still angry.
The person was actually quite angry and agitated because he'd been intercepted by my officer. I thought he was going to attack one of my colleagues, so obviously I took a position just in case, if anything was to happen, I could actually take the person down. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does happen, it can really escalate.
Thankfully, it all ends peacefully.
Okay.
Back in Gatwick, the two people caught with cocaine in their hand luggage are under arrest, and officers are working out the scale of the crime.
3 kilos, 0.590, probably 3 kilos at the end. We were looking at the bag, looking at the laptop, looking at something sophisticated, very well hidden.
That's a crazy
and to be
amount.
fair, to find 6 big blocks like that in a bag, I haven't seen it for a long time.
Holy shit!
The female suspect is a former heroin addict and is now asking for her medication.
We can't
this is
give you any medication,
250K.
obviously, because we're not
Easy.
doctors. Listen to me. We need to do it. No, I understand that. We need to do a search of your person, and then we need to take you down to custody, and that's when you'll get given your solicitor, and we'll call in a nurse or a doctor.
I say 180.
Well, I ain't done nothing, and I'm not even holding myself accountable for any of this because I've done nothing. I knew about nothing.
Okay.
It's been planted. My friend wouldn't do that.
Basically, you need to speak to your solicitor
Oh,
about
it's pounds.
Okay. Tested positive for cocaine, and it's 3.5 kilos, which is quite a lot.
115.
The couple will now be strip searched.
I'm also going to have to get you to bend over at one point so I can see you've got nothing internally.
Of course.
Meanwhile, sniffer dog Lucy is brought in to be trained up on the unique scent of this cocaine seizure. With drugs varying widely in both purity and quality, any chance to give dogs a new scent increases their chances of sniffing out more smugglers. The suspects are now transferred to the
Isn't the
custody
dog like
suite
addicted
for
or something?
further questioning.
Baggage search of his rucksack, hand baggage, revealed a number of cylindrical shapes, packages that tested positive for cocaine.
Do you have your own solicitor or do you want Judy? Judy, that's fine. We can arrange that for you. Do you want anyone notified you're here? No. No? Cell 3, please.
Just take your shoes off and pop it off.
As the female suspect arrives, the arresting officer brings the investigation team up to speed.
She's got nothing in hers.
You did her bag first?
Did her bag first, her and her handbag.
So they had separate baggage?
Yeah. He had it in his rucksack, all of it, 3.5 kilos.
Oh, did you get thrown under the bus?
Which is not checked?
No, hand baggage.
Okay, yeah. And it was foil wrapped cylinders?
It's cylindrical vacuum packs. I would say vacuum pack packages. I haven't even counted how many, to be honest. And they straight away started saying that their bags were taken off them in St. Lucia. And they thought something was odd and they've been set up.
Being caught with this amount of cocaine is no laughing matter. Both suspects have since pleaded not guilty. But if convicted, this could be the first night of many behind bars.
How much?
A woman claims she's been treated unfairly despite the evidence.
No.
Sometimes they pick the wrong person.
Coming up, officers get a coke hit from this man's toothbrush. But he's keeping his mouth shut.
Quite a strong hit, that.
The toothbrush?
In Gatwick, the sniffer dog teams are targeting a plane that's just arrived from St. Lucia. Following a number of recent cocaine seizures, the intelligence unit has identified a possible smuggler on this flight. It's up to the officers to find
They're
and
putting
search
his
the
gun to be
suspect
brushes afterwards?
and find
Yeah,
out if
okay.
the information is correct.
It's on 6, 7 or 8, it's something up there. She's
Do you know what is she wearing? Anything distinctive?
got carrying a shoulder bag and a Louis Vuitton hand luggage as well.
Ooh.
I just need to double check it is there actually. Coming up. Coming up.
The woman is kept under surveillance as she passes through
Little
the
beagle.
airport.
She's about the 8th or 9th one going on.
That's fine. Thank you very much, madam. Can you just stand still for one moment? Thank you.
Not all intel targets turn out to be smugglers, so sniffer dogs like Sam are the quickest way to work out if someone has been in contact with drugs. Sam picks up a scent, but can't pinpoint the source. So now it's up to Kevin to search and question the suspect.
Hello, where have you arrived from this morning? St. Lucia. Like to come over with me very quickly?
As Kevin begins
a little
the
meeting, a
search,
little friendly chit-chat.
And her body language is far from friendly.
Right.
I'm fed up.
Hopefully it shouldn't take too long.
It's the first this happened to me. I try
Yeah.
it every year.
Yeah.
Never.
Unfortunately, we do get...
I don't.
Oh, no, yeah, of course you don't.
I'm a decent person.
Yeah.
I don't really do
Yeah.
I work hard for my living.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what we don't know is what somebody's body looks like, because they're not...
Me, I don't do this.
No.
I never get stopped
No.
since I'm traveling. Never.
Yeah.
Sometimes they pick the wrong person.
Kevin's beginning to think she isn't carrying drugs.
Yeah.
He's just upset at being delayed.
Right, so do a quick swab of your bag, okay?
A quick drug swab should find out.
She looks all right. I'll swab the bags and I'll...
The bag swab gives a surprising result.
112?
Obviously need to check the bags fully. I was hoping to get you on your way quickly. I'm getting a determination for cocaine. Right, let me explain, right? I'll need to do everything, yeah. It's a bit longer, that's all.
But even those readings, you can get it from like...
Impatient, but the coke hit combined
just being
with
around it
intelligence means she isn't going anywhere just yet.
It's not too crazy.
In Manchester, a flight has just landed from Paris. The French capital is connecting flights to all the world's drug-sourced countries.
We've seen a lot of those episodes. Even having your bag around the area where there should be done cocaine, it'll pick it up. So afterwards, what they do is that they get the shoes or the flip-flops, and then they swab the flip-flops, right? Because if they took some and they sweated, the sweat goes down on toes, foot, and then goes onto the flip-flop, and they test the flip-flop for cocaine, and then they get a high reading, boom, cocaine user.
And UK
Bang.
border officers are on the lookout for any smugglers trying to slip through in the crowd.
Simon, you want to just come through here? Are you travelling on your own or are you with somebody? On your own? Just come through here, please. How long have you been out for?
3 days.
It does, man.
What's the purpose of your trip?
Wedding in Paris.
This passenger arrived from
Wedding in
Paris.
Paris.
It's the best spot because it goes down.
Thailand.
Why did you go to Thailand for?
Why?
Yeah. All right, okay. So how long are you in the UK for?
Till Sunday.
Till Sunday. So what do you do in Thailand?
Oh, it is going to squeeze
Border
him.
Officer Zoobs is yet to catch his first cocaine smuggler. And disappointingly, this passenger's story sounds plausible. But a strong hit for cocaine from the passenger's passport raises suspicions. Next, Zoobs swabs the man's toothbrush to work out if he might be a user.
5 head.
Quite a strong hit, that.
Zoobs gives the man a chance to explain the hits.
Right, I've just actually done a quick swab.
Oh, it
The
makes
passport and the
sense.
toothbrush. It's giving me high traces of cocaine. Huh? It's giving me high traces of cocaine.
Maman, thanks so much, man, for the 20 small bags, gentlemen.
Have you actually come into contact with cocaine in Thailand?
No. In Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not a user.
But you're not a user.
No, I'm not.
So how do you explain cocaine traces from a toothbrush, which is personal just to yourself?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
okay.
maybe they had a
With the man
party.
offering no explanation.
And they only have
Zoobs
one
has to assume
toothbrush.
He's carrying drugs either in his bags or in his body.
Okay, I've actually had high hits of cocaine from the trainers, right?
See?
How do you
The
explain
trainers.
all these
shoes?
Stuff? Now, if you've actually used cocaine out there, I'm not interested.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
You've used it out there now?
I said that to you.
No, you said you didn't.
I did. I said that to you once or twice.
Just once or twice in the past. And
Yeah.
when was the last time that you've actually...
No, they can't do
Like
anything.
2 months ago.
They can't do shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a problem. We need to know if you've used them in the past, you know, few weeks.
Yeah, I understand that.
And you're saying you haven't. Right. You sure?
But under
He has
pressure,
now.
the
He
man
has
changes his
actually.
story again.
Well, so when was the last time?
I used it in Paris.
In Paris?
In Paris, so it actually wasn't 2 months ago.
He's finally admitted using,
This one we
but
usually
as
put
he's
as
already
DVDs as
lied,
well.
the officers need to
Music.
make sure he's not carrying any drugs.
What's on there?
There's a TV appearance from me.
Have you?
Oh damn, famous. Okay, okay. Chill out.
They're just a selection of
Famous Andy here.
CDs, and he's got one DVD. He's a celebrity chef, apparently. It's something to do with. That's what he said he was, a celebrity chef, some sort of TV program.
He's okay, dude. He's.
Although some of the story checks out, Zoob still thinks the passenger may be a smuggler.
Initially, he denied he was a user.
He's reacting to discount Gordo.
He's admitted to the fact that he first told me he last used 2 months ago. And then he came down to the fact that at the wedding where he went to in Paris, they had a big session.
Have you asked him if he'd object to such?
I've not asked him, but
Just ask him.
just see the reaction, yeah.
Still on the hunt for his first ever cocaine seizure.
He
Zoob's
wants it
the
bad.
man on the spot.
If we were to ask you for a search of a person, would you object to that?
I'm carrying 2 grams of cocaine. I have 2 grams of cocaine in my underwear.
Right, okay.
Zoob's persistence means he's just bagged his first ever cocaine seizure.
The time is 17:35. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of controlled drug. You do
The
not have to
man's
say anything.
admission is set to land him in a whole heap of trouble.
Technically, I'm saying technically, he wasn't already. He was just detained, right? Technically, if he made a run for it and he ran to the bathroom and he could find it and he dumped that shit in the toilet and he flushed it, right? Which isn't one of those toilets that holds the stuff, right? Right? Technically, no evidence, right?
Just take a seat on the back wall. That one.
And the seriousness of the crime is already starting to hit home.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't be resisting arrest, I don't think, because he was just being detained or whatnot. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he wouldn't. I wouldn't be as bad as importing cocaine.
He's also dealing with a suspect whose bags are giving hits for cocaine.
Again, I've got low levels of cocaine. I'll have to go through this bag because I've got the same thing on this bag. And you may put your arm on a counter or the
But this woman isn't very understanding about the already lengthy delay.
Taking cocaine. And that can go on your clothes. Yeah. Just to put the bag through the X-ray. What we're looking for is concealments. It looks okay, it doesn't seem that heavy, but...
Having ruled out all other causes of the coke hits, Kevin's last job is to X-ray the case.
Yeah, there's some sort of thing here. It could well just be part of the bag makeup. I just did a check.
I don't know.
In the middle of the bag, just about there, there's nothing there.
The anomaly is just a bar of chocolate.
And that's what came up on the X-ray.
They found
Right, sorry
cocoa,
about this.
but not cocaine.
That's fine.
Oh, go on.
The woman is now free to go.
That's what was in there, actually. Could you, yeah, because the lady wants to go away, actually. Thank you.
Scanning this morning, phoning me. You come to me or you come to my dress? It's so funny. I never have a problem since I'm travel. Even in St. Lucia, I never have a problem.
This time, the search finds nothing. And despite Kevin's best efforts,
It's not easy.
Right.
the passenger
Okay.
isn't
Okay,
impressed.
cheers. Thank you.
Okay.
Back in Manchester, the officers have the celebrity chef caught smuggling
Okay.
cocaine in his pants under arrest.
Yeah.
He could be sent down. Importation of a Class A, so it's not a petty
Yeah, but
offence.
technically, it's not tampered with evidence because it wasn't evidence because they would have to prove that he had something that he dumped, but they can't because he flushed it.
The smuggler's plan began confidently.
They would have had to know that he had something in his pants.
You sick?
But now he doesn't have the stomach to deal with the consequences.
Can you bend down, please? Part your buttocks, please. Okay, sir. Small packages, they're in plastic bags, they were on his underwear. In the UK, one wrap will probably about £50–60 for what it's actually worth. I mean, he's put his neck on the line.
It's a small seizure, but with serious consequences.
You do actually feel sorry for individuals, I mean, for doing things like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, they've actually committed a crime.
It's especially significant for Zeus, as it's his first ever Class A seizure.
This was my first arrest for cocaine, so my heart was actually pumping, and it's like, from speaking to colleagues, they say regardless how many times you actually do it, your heart does pump, you do get a buzz.
But there'll be no buzz from this cocaine. It will now be destroyed.
You get a buzz. You get a buzz.
A few days later, the man...
It's a pumping. It's a pumping. Finish it, there's nothing else. It's over.
Received 2 years conditional discharge for the crime.
Wait a minute, what? The what now?
The man pleaded guilty and received 2 years conditional discharge for the crime.
2-year probation? Jesus.
2 year.
Okay. 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 What time is it? Oh, it's only 9. We're good. Oh, what, another one? No shot. Guys, I'm not a glorified React Randy.
Here for the lull.
No cap, man. Guys, listen. I want to do Valorant, then I want maybe do some late night GTA. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, if we didn't see this one, okay, listen. Up until 10 minutes, then I'm done. We're at 11. No, we didn't see this one.
The UK Border Agency is at war.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, last one.
With smugglers in the ports and airports.
You don't have to say anything.
Get that out of my face.
Coming up, Martin uses charades to interrogate a suspect.
Who's that? So whether he's a recreational user or not, we can't establish anything at the moment because he can't speak English.
A duty-free fraudster gets caught in the act.
He was going out and just asking to borrow people's boarding cards. He said, lend me your boarding card, I'll get you a pint.
And the dogs sniff out a suspiciously large amount of cash.
I was thinking of buying a car down there.
A car?
Yeah.
As a customs officer, okay, I can't always believe what people tell me.
In Gatwick's departure lounge, a passenger's been spotted buying tobacco with other people's
Do a chat vote. Dude, I want to do everything. Okay, I'm not going to chat vote because I don't know, but dude, I want to play all the games. Listen.
We've had a call from the duty-free.
Was anyone already? No, I don't think so.
They've told us
I'm really good at spotting which one we've seen and which one we haven't.
Cigarettes and tobacco. So what people do is.
Fuck, I don't like polls. They're really bad.
Boarding cards or get someone else to buy the goods for them. Apparently they're sitting in the pub.
Wait, what?
Anyone flying within the EU has a duty-free allowance of 200 cigarettes, but criminals steal boarding cards to non-EU countries like Turkey and illegally purchase thousands of cigarettes. It's known as carousel fraud.
Hey guys, how are you? I just received information that you bought quite large quantities of cigarettes. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you off to today?
Turkey.
Turkey. Can I have a boarding pass?
But the man realises the game is up.
I'm lying, I'm going to Malta, he got on board with that.
Right, okay. Have you got a boarding pass for Malta? Yeah. Can I have a look at that there? Sorry.
Are you all flying to Malta?
No, they are going to Turkey.
Okay. Can I see all your passports, please?
They now need to work out who's to blame.
No, it's just, no. Well, no, it's just my brass. We got a place out there. It's, I mean, it's,
you can't buy them out there, no?
There's just a deer out there. There's to buy here. I mean, yeah, I know.
what we have been doing is they're buying large quantities of cigarettes.
I'm not gambling.
Controls, but it's literally walking out domestic toilets.
Oh, no.
And they're rebooking their flights.
I was checking the queue
So
for
what we're
coffee.
going to do, we definitely need to make sure that you get on your plane with your cigarettes and that you don't just walk out the airport.
If you just wait there a minute, we're
But
not
Mike suspects the culprit may have to be arrested.
Just need to make sure I leave with it.
No, he should be nicked for that.
Why should we be for it?
Because you're not allowed to buy them going within the EU, even if you're free, because he's taking them EU. We'll seize and report it, because they fraudulently use these. Hello, can I just run this past you, please? You know, we've just been called up to the duty-free lounge. Some geezer has got his mates who are flying to Bodrum to buy him 4,000 fags, and he's flying on to Malta. And he's admitted he knows he's done wrong, but they're so expensive out there. He's got to come down, really, isn't he? All three of them, or seize and report, but it's an absolute offence, isn't it? Because it's fraudulent.
It's an absolute offence, isn't it?
Okay, if you collect your bag.
The 2 passengers flying to Turkey will be allowed to leave. The carousel fraudster isn't going anywhere.
What you've done so far is an absolute offence, which means at the moment, time is 13:25. I'm placing you under arrest on the suspicion of being involved in the fraudulent invasion of excise goods. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm the defence if you do not mention when questioned something you may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that? OK, we're just going to go down to our customs suite now.
Am I going to make my flight today?
Not looking likely. What we're going to do, though, we're just going to take you downstairs.
OK.
We may seize the goods from you. We may need to ask you some more questions. At the moment, I can't say whether you will make your flight or not yet. All right, OK?
It may seem harsh for a few cigarettes, but the man has attempted to evade hundreds of pounds in tax. And if he's done it before, he may
Is it 4,000?
In Manchester, a flight from Paris has just arrived. Border officers have intercepted some suspicious baggage which started its journey in South America.
I think that's barely.
These are the name of Lopez.
Border officers are always on the lookout
That's barely
for anything suspicious. And it's the names on these bags that rang alarm bells.
It's just the fact that they're 2 similar cases with 2 different names, which smugglers have been known to use a method which we call the switch bag. They'll have 2 bags, one with drugs in and one just clean bag, depending on whether they get stopped or not. Depends which one they pick up.
The bags go back on the carousel.
Yes, then.
While Martin keeps watch to see who.
Oh, they're baiting him out. They fell for it.
This way.
The officers now need to try and communicate with the passengers to find the source of the cokehead.
These bags, they belong to you? Yeah? One moment. In Spanish? No, Chilean.
There may be a language barrier, but there's
Cigarettes or
some words
alcohol?
the son seems to understand.
Cocaine, heroin? No, cocaine, heroin? No. This is your bag. Okay.
The officers decide to swab the son's belongings first.
No.
The suspicions about cocaine were correct. But often coke hits can be caused by personal use. And working out the cause here will be easier said than done.
Quite high hits of cocaine off the inside of the gentleman's bag. Unfortunately, because they're non-English speakers, we can't really question to establish anything about misuse or anything. So whether he's a recreational user or not, we can't establish anything at the moment because he can't speak English.
In Gatwick, the flight to Malta is about to depart. But
Is
one
it?
passenger looks increasingly unlikely to be there in time.
What Duty Free said is that he was going out. He was going out apparently and just asking to borrow people's boarding cards so that he could buy cigarettes.
He said, "Lend me your boarding card."
And they said, "Yeah, right, mate,
I'll get you a pint," and that's what.
And that's why I was in there.
Well, that's how it works on the boats going
Of course it does. Of course it does. That's what he done. He don't know him. No way.
Oh, I get it.
The cigarettes will definitely be seized. But the officers are waiting to hear back from the investigation team to find out if the man is going to be charged.
His flight's due at 15:30.
Well, he didn't get past customs and whatnot yet.
Obviously, depending on how official we need to be about it, is whether or not he misses his flight. Obviously, he's committed an offence, so if he misses his flight, that's his own problem.
As the fags get bagged, the news comes in that the man won't want to hear.
Unfortunately, I spoke to the investigation team. They do want us to take you down and they'll question you down there, OK? So we'll be moving in a couple of minutes.
With the illegal cigarette trade robbing over £1 billion a year from the Treasury, the man's crime is being taken seriously.
$1 billion?
Hello, boss. Would you mind doing us a favour? Would you be able to contact British Airways and just say that he won't be making his flight? But it's just so that they don't hold the gate open and keep calling his name if he's not going to make it. All right? All right, lovely stuff.
The man is in serious trouble with the law, and his travel plans are in ruins.
Now, would you like somebody informed that you have been arrested and that you are here?
The thing is, she's in Malta. They're going to be waiting for me that end.
Doesn't matter where in the world
I mean, it's just I don't want to scare her. I mean, can I speak to her or not?
You can indeed, yes.
Hello, darling. Is Mummy there a minute? Huh? Is she asleep? All right then.
Mummy.
It's just the flight. There's a problem with the flight. It's yeah. I've rang her later. The flight's been delayed. Tell Natalie not to leave to the airport until I phone her. There's an engine problem or something.
Oh, what?
I don't know, but
don't
leave Mummy asleep. Don't wake her up. All right then. Bye. Bye.
The man is locked up until the investigation officers arrive.
You're lying to Mummy.
They later charged him with evasion of excise duty, and he's now awaiting sentence.
Oh, it's the kid. Okay.
Back in Manchester, there's more family problems. Officers are trying to communicate with the family from Chile, whose bags gave large hits for cocaine. Martin decides to play an unusual game of charades to work out if the son has used any drugs whilst abroad.
Papa, Mama? Yeah, no. Who's there? Yeah. One time. Soon. Days. Yeah. Who's there? Once. Yeah.
Under pressure,
1 day,
the son
2
admits
days,
using
3 days.
cocaine.
3 weeks. 2 days ago. Okay. So it's okay, it's okay, yeah.
Okay, he's chilling.
Out of earshot of his parents, the son clears up the source of the coke hit.
Mama, Papa.
And Martin promises to keep the confession under wraps. And knowing the son has used, speeds up the search.
Okay.
Could be in trouble with his mummy and daddy, yeah?
Seems reasonable.
Maybe not with us, but mummy and daddy.
It also makes it easier to rule the family out as smugglers.
Because the gentlemen have been cooperative with us, the family have been cooperative, there is no need to involve his mother and father. The guy's an adult. I also find people more truthful if you take them to one side, out of the presence of their parents. If I'd have managed to, if I'd have been able to ask that question directly to in front of his parents, I don't think he would have been as honest. I asked him the question, have you used cocaine? He said he had once.
Sounds like a win-win.
He said 2 to 3 weeks. And that is borne out by the presence of the traces in the areas we found.
Thank you. Adios.
Adios.
Coming up, the dogs sniff out a suspiciously large amount of cash.
I was thinking of buying a car down there.
A car?
Yeah.
As a customs officer, okay, I can't always believe what people tell me.
Oh, now he's spent on TV. Oh,
Coming up,
fuck,
the cash
man.
dog sniffs out a suspect.
I was thinking of buying a car down there.
A car?
Yeah.
As a customs officer, okay, I can't always
I
believe
forgot
what
about
people tell
that.
me.
You'll never see it? Actually,
Manchester Airport.
they're watching right now.
A flight has just arrived from
They're in chat.
Pakistan. Officers are on the lookout for drug smugglers and have pulled over 2 men for a bag search.
Yeah, mate, just bring your bag down here for me.
Pakistan is a known
there any
source
more in the
country
bag?
for heroin, and officers conduct initial swab tests for any traces.
41 subs, no kidding.
There's been a recent surge of heroin seizures coming in from Pakistan. Surprisingly, Officer Gary gets a small hit for cocaine from his passenger's suitcase.
My arm hurts a lot now, yeah, a lot.
Having got an initial trace, Gary swabs the man's clothes for any further hits.
He said he hasn't used for 3 months, but he's a regular user of cocaine, which will be here, which he uses the cocaine.
A lot.
Because it's
It's
not
hard
very,
to lift it past this point.
accessible in Pakistan.
Feels heavy. It's sore.
This time, he gets an even
It hurts when I move it.
for heroin.
It's given heroin hits. I need an explanation basically from where they're coming from.
It could take a while to get to the bottom of this one. In Gatwick's South Terminal, UK border officers are targeting a flight to Jamaica, looking for money connected to crime.
I thought I'm getting a fever.
Just lower your bag for me. Just a quick customs check.
Toby's job is to find large amounts of cash. Anything more than 1,000.
Thank you.
And handler Mark will want to investigate.
It's normal apparently.
Hiya. Are you carrying any money with you today?
Yeah.
How much you roughly have with you?
I got about 10,000 from the bank.
£10,000. Do you have 10,000?
Yeah, do you want to come over here, sir? Leaving the country.
How many of you travelling?
Now want some answers.
The dog has detected some currency, and you've said you're carrying about £10,000. Is that all your money?
Yeah.
Okay.
All wants to know what the money is for.
I was thinking of buying a car down there.
The car that you're going to buy.
Also, like,
yeah, do you know what you're going to buy?
small metal objects are like pulling towards me
A Honda.
for some reason.
And how much are you going to spend on it?
I think it's about 2,200.
And you got 10 grand there, though.
Yeah, but I'm
The man's explanation becomes confusing.
It's about 1.5.
What are you going to do with the rest?
Leave the bag alone.
Rest of the money. That's 2,005. 2,500.
No, the car cost 1.45 million.
How much are you going to spend on the car?
This car I'm trying to advocate it like 1.3, 1.4.
Say again, say slowly.
I'm going to try and get the car like 1.3, 1.4 million.
Right, which in sterling, in English money, how much are you going to pay?
That would be like about 9,000 or something.
9,000
Yeah.
for Honda.
Yeah.
And how old would that be?
Huh?
How old would the car be?
I think it's at 2002.
And cars in Jamaica are very expensive to buy second-hand, aren't they? Yeah? So you're going to prepare to spend like nearly £10,000 on a 2002 car?
Yeah.
Thinks the story sounds
What it
suspicious.
is, as a customs officer, I'm interested in, as I said, large amounts of currency that are leaving or entering the UK. You have a substantial amount of cash with you today. Okay, that's the reason I'm taking so
Why,
long.
is it not worth 9K?
Do you have any details of the car that you might want to buy with you?
No, it's a Honda. Yeah? So, I think it's a Honda car. It has spoiled and everything.
Oh, it's VTEC.
You don't have any. Could you provide those sort of details? Can you
Nah,
provide
it's
details?
a
of the
Civic
bank loans
VTEC
with
for
me?
sure.
I can provide details.
Yeah.
And the closest. Not now, this minute.
Not now, this minute.
The closest I could go to that.
Can I just see the money now I've searched the bags again?
Huh?
Can I just see the money again, please?
I think VTEC is poggers.
How many's in here?
There is 5,000.
And the other one?
5,000.
Let's have a look. And the other?
2 packs, sir.
How much have you got altogether? How much have you got altogether?
Indeed.
Yeah.
5.
10,000 altogether. Okay, what I need to do is you hold on to your money. If you wait there, I've just got to do a couple of checks, okay?
If Paul thinks the cash has criminal connections, it will be seized, and the man's holiday could be over before it's begun.
Oh man, don't let scrawny low brain. I'm not low brain.
There's 3 of them travelling. The 10,000 belongs to the one person. It's from a consolidated loan. There's no documentation regarding the money, apart from the envelope it's in from a bank.
VTECs are fine.
It says it's going to cost me about £500.
They have a bad rep though.
Back. But there's to buy a car in Jamaica.
Buy a car?
Yeah.
So they got family over there?
He's Jamaican. He's
Oh,
the
he
Jamaican.
lives there?
No, he lives here.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's over there a lot.
With no evidence where the £10,000 came from, Toby may have helped find cash
So
intended
liable?
for drugs.
Have you done a P&C at all?
Paul wants to find out if the man has a criminal record, but with the flight now nearly ready to
VTech just
depart,
kicked in.
time is running out.
How long before the gate closes?
Well, it's supposed to go at 5 past.
Right. Okay, got a few minutes.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I can't chat.
Back in Manchester, Officer Gary
Audi
has
wasn't
found
valid
a
enough.
trace of heroin from a passenger's clothes who's travelled back from Pakistan.
Okay, now that, you seen me swabbing the inside of his shoe, and you've seen me swabbing the shoelaces. Right, obviously you've had them on your feet. How long have you had them?
About 8, 9 months.
Okay. Anybody else wear them? Okay. Well, I've just swabbed the inside of them. When you're wearing these, you're going to sweat through your feet, and you're going to sweat through your paws and your hands, right? Now I'm getting heroin hits and cocaine hits. Quite a strong heroin hit from the soles of them shoes. You used to smoke heroin? Okay. So while you've been in possession of them shoes, you've smoked heroin before and cocaine?
Okay.
When was the last time you used heroin or cocaine?
About 2 or 3 months ago.
2 or 3 months ago.
I've been clean up so now.
You clean up so now. You're registered heroin addict?
It would still show up though.
You have been, yeah. Okay.
The man's honesty about personal use explains the hits. But officers have a duty to investigate his belongings further to ensure he's not smuggling drugs into the country.
Happy with that, I think.
But officers are convinced that he's not drug smuggling and he's free to go.
I'm not worried about anything. If I was worried, obviously, I wouldn't be worried. I'd be sweating, you know what I mean? So I've got nothing to hide, so I'm alright.
Fair enough.
In Gatwick, the flight to Jamaica is nearly fully boarded. But the passenger is still waiting to hear if he'll be allowed to leave with his £10,000.
Yes.
He just wants to buy a VTech, man.
So with your agreement, can I go ahead and seize it? Okay, £12.55 for the seizure of the money.
It's not good news for the passenger.
I'm not satisfied what you've told me regarding the cash. Okay, you're telling me it's come from a bank, but I don't know that.
It was withdrawn from Barclays Bank.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but listen to me.
Yeah,
as a
he sounds
customs
legit,
officer,
though.
Okay, I can't always believe what people tell me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a very good customs officer, would I?
Is there any other way you could prove it without...
I can't do it here this morning.
I will be holding on to the money today. I will be seizing this cash, this £10,000. You're not under arrest, and you're entitled to leave the UK and go on your holiday to Jamaica today, but you won't be taking the cash with you. Okay? Doesn't mean that you won't be getting the cash back at some further stage.
To me,
At the
the
moment,
story
I'll
was
need
fine,
to
though.
seize it for the purpose of the further investigation. Okay? Will you be travelling on the flight today? Okay. That's fine. He's going to travel, so he doesn't need to offload the bags. Yeah.
With just seconds
You
to
just write your
spare,
address
the
down for
officers
me
are
here,
now
then.
rushing to get the man on board.
£12.55.
But with 10 grand at stake, he wants to make sure all
Can we just do this
is
one?
correct.
Do you want to get your flights?
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
You've got a few minutes before the gate closes.
he was
okay?
trying to prove it some other way. So obviously he
This
didn't
is
have much
a
to hide.
receipt for the seized cash. That means I am taking £10,000 from
Also,
you
he said the
today
car's a spoiler and
because I
shit, which
need
could explain
further
that
evidence from
why it's
you
10K for
to tell
2002.
me where the cash has originated from and what the intended purpose is for. That's the reason I'm seizing the cash. Okay, this is a receipt.
The flight is going in a couple of minutes.
Right, we've signed it.
You really need to move.
I ask another question now, yeah? What is the difference now if I come through with 2 or 3 credit cards and still spend £10,000?
Yeah? Then you'd have been alright. The credit card has an audit trail. Cash doesn't. That's the problem.
Yeah, but then
if you want to catch a flight, you need to get
hassle, yeah? Everything is just paperwork. I didn't know you have to carry so much paperwork just to go to the airport. I think you just need a passport and don't carry the contraband.
Sir, listen. If you want to make your flight, you have to go on now.
If I even miss that flight, yeah, I don't even care because the insurance company still have to pay back for money.
Thank you.
I'm a loss of time.
The passenger's not happy.
Come on,
He's
man.
booked the flight, and it gives the cash team time to ensure the money doesn't have any links to crime.
With cash, he came across as pretty upfront about it. He was carrying the money, but I'm not satisfied with what the end use of the cash is for.
We said it came from a bank and was ready to prove it.
Not saying this gentleman would be the case, but with drugs are so much cheaper to buy quantity-wise in Jamaica, and you could buy a lot of drugs for £10,000. I'm not sure that this man is totally involved.
That's
in
not
that,
what they're
but
worried
people
about.
do. And obviously, if we can take the cash out at the beginning and do further checks, more the better.
I don't think that's what they're worried about. I don't think it's his job or any of the worries. If he buys stuff in another country that the UK doesn't give a fuck about, right?
The man who was carrying £10,000 in cash returned to the UK 2 weeks later, but his money remains with the border officers, and the investigation continues.
They do. Oh, but he's gonna come back to the UK. It makes sense, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Oh, he lives there. I mean, seems like he got rolled. Okay. Yeah, this channel still plays games sometimes. Chat, today, believe it or not, chat, even though we did variety, I was gonna fucking play,